go
I
into
believe Sean has access to that video.
that video.
Oh,
Oh,
Ty's
okay.
just come off screen.
Oh,
Safety Ty's come back
Safety
on
Ty's
screen.
back.
Hey, Safety Ty.
All right, so I guess for the listeners, we're going back into the dummy of the week, and this video clip sort of ties into, I guess, our pre-flight checks and in areas where probably this video probably shouldn't be, or the operator shouldn't be doing what they're doing. So, Ty, I'll hand it over to you. You can talk them through the video, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, sure. Sean, you just want to hit play.
Oh, dang.
So for those watching, listening at home, the video we're currently watching is a drone flying over the top of a highway next to an airport.
Is that an airport on the right-hand side, or was?
Yeah.
That was an airport on the right-hand side.
That was
it's a construction of a highway, but as it's going over now, you'll see them going over a full-blown functioning highway, completely flying over all of it, which is not correct.
what are they doing?
Same.
Like, this is like I actually hadn't watched this video in full yet.
Neither
And
have I.
I'm actually completely shocked.
Oh.
There's everything about this is so wrong.
Okay, can we start with the videography?
Yeah, look, we can even pick on how they've shot it, by the way. For those of you at home, there's a lot of erratic gimbal movement. There's a good way to explain what's going on. Look, there's a lot to unpack there.
Play it again.
Anyway,
okay, so that's the airport
definitely
right
play
there.
it again.
There's the airport.
Yeah, so that's the airport on the right-hand side.
We're flying.
So 100% CASA would not, like, just from what they're saying now, there's no way CASA would allow that. Look,
we've got to be clear. This is basically everything about this is an illegal flight.
Can we just talk just on this clip? Probably to benefit of everyone.
Sure.
What are the things we shouldn't be doing?
So, okay, let's just give
Where do we start?
give the listeners an understanding where we've stopped on this video. So we've paused this video on, we're probably maybe 100 meters away, probably less, from a probably major highway intersection.
Yeah, I'd say less.
Also a couple of lanes each way.
Couple of lanes each way, full of traffic. We're also flying over a highway that's getting built. And then in the background, probably 200 meters away, you can see an airport. We're not going to name the airport, but it's very close. So we'll take it from there. Everything is just, that's the picture for everybody.
Yeah, so I think we've all seen lots of footage on social media that have people flying above roads, or inner city photos above main roads. And I think most people that haven't gone through some sort of training or understand commercialized don't realize that vehicles are still regarded as you shouldn't be flying above. So probably good.
Well, it's essentially flying over a populous area. You know, when you're flying over an operating highway, it doesn't matter if it's cars or people. It's still a populous area. It's still completely and utterly unsafe.
Yeah.
You think about it. You think about even just the simple of a phantom dropping out of the sky from 100 meters onto a moving car on a highway. Like, people think kids throwing rocks off a bridge does damage. You know what I mean? Like,
and you're traveling at probably 100k plus there with something that's hitting you in a millisecond. What response are you going to have to that? You're going to swerve, brake, freak out. I freak out enough. If there's a huntsman inside the windscreen, it's bad enough, let alone a phantom.
I found this one. Now, just keep in mind, this is about a minute. So it was about 5 minutes, and there was
more.
There was more.
more.
So there was clearly flight, because there was parts of the road that hadn't been built. But let's talk about what we have. I mean, here's another one. Is there a reason you can't fly here? Because you obviously got a main strip in the middle. Can I still go ahead and fly?
Say hypothetically, our all favorite Magpies and Crows hits one propeller. is the drone going to go straight down, or could that drone still veer off in another direction with 3 propellers trying to compensate?
100%. And I think the other thing is too, that end of the day, to get to where they are, they still have to go over the roadway. 100% what you're saying, Danny, is still, regardless, it's unsafe, but they still have to get there.
But
so
what would happen if, say hypothetically, there was a 5-second break in the traffic? Would that allow them to fly over that, or
no?
So because it's still an active highway.
Still an active highway. It's still a populous area. It's still completely unsafe. There's no shortcuts to safety.
And there's no 30-meter exclusion zone there between the island and.
Realistically, they could fly the whole left side there. It's complete empty paddock and be nice and safe.
Yeah,
not exactly. To completely disregard the airport and power lines or whatever else may be there.
And the fact that it's probably private land that
that too.
But no, let's pick the middle of the highway.
But see, I think that's the thing. Like with this video in particular, there is so much to unpack here. Like I think for particularly the people out there outside the industry, I'd like to think this wasn't within the industry, but people outside the industry that don't really understand why these things are in place. This is a really good example, because if anything goes wrong here, nobody's winning. Like this is going to go very bad.
It'll go viral. This is the kind of stuff that would be all over the world.
Yeah, 100%.
Aside from the people that get injured, who ends up bearing the brunt of it? The licensed operators.
Could we talk about if, as a commercial operator, if wherever this highway is, which we know where it is, so without naming it, how would you go about doing this correctly?
Would have recce the location to start with.
Yep. But just broad level, like what would you?
From a pre-flight check, what would you do?
Well, for one, you'd be checking your airspace for the goddamn airport that's just nearby. Again, you'd be looking for your flight paths over the highway. You'd know very quickly that what you were trying to capture was going over a major highway. You immediately, you wouldn't be able to do that. You'd have to look at different ways of capture.
Is there a permit process here that you should undergo, perhaps, given that there's major roads intersecting constantly?
You can probably wouldn't. If you were to approach the actual client and get permission to use their land away from the actual active main roads, like it looks like it's a main road that's been, obviously not this one right now, the earlier one. Yeah. There's no cars on there. It's still been built. I'm sure you can have the vehicle access to be able to fly those specific. Yeah. These sections here, you'd be able to fly. You'd be able to drive along.
Yeah.
Fly your line of sight. Yes, it's more of a pain in the ass, but you're still doing it the legal way.
The pain in the ass is better than, I guess, the other end of the stick.
The other end of the stick hurts more. Financially, mentally, personally, everything.
Career gone.
Exactly. Yeah. For something like that to happen, that's a career ender right there.
Oh, 100%.
Let alone someone's life as well. Like, you never know.
Yeah. But I think the other important factor is that when you're doing a job like that, is that your client's going to be posting that information or video clips out to promote the project. Yeah. So it is inevitable people are going to see that.
100%.
And, we all came across it through social media and shared it amongst each other, and we've gone,
we all
what the hell is going on here? Like,
that's exactly right. Like, anything's out there, it will be found.